Hello, 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 and welcome back to not that, but Disco Elysium, the final cut. Boy, bleh. Am I still sick? Yeah, maybe, probably, who knows. It's been a long day. Guess who got called into work today? Anyway, let's ignore that. And, yeah. Turn off the DS there. Okay, so when we last left off, we were dealing with these kids.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
Well, now we've got the key.
The lock turns easily. You hear a click as the shackle pops open.
Let's go.
A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, as though rushing to fill a great vacuum. In the heart of the city,
Interesting. Fascinating place. Strange stillness fills you as you look ahead. You should walk here, not run. Absolutely. Grotesque wood figures look half finished. More of the fork lighting pattern you saw outside. Bark beetles? No, looks intentional. Some long forgotten style. No, it healed our morale. We're up to 5, it looks like. Nice!
the silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent.
Wait, I think I still hear something.
And then it's gone. Almost all of it. But for the faintest of hums. It seems the sound here is detached from its source somehow, if not blotted out outright. Truly unusual.
Yeah.
You can hardly hear your own breathing.
Stomp my feet and clap my hands?
You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total, somehow.
Yell?
Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers.
What's happening?
The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Can you hear anything?
Almost nothing is getting to worry me. Well, that's, purely reasonable. Not really, but it's extraordinary. Never experienced anything like this. Yep. Can't hear shit. You know what? Let's be fun.
I wonder why the church was built with such strange acoustics.
Absolutely. Also, why is my controller trying to
His
weasel
detached
in on
tone
this?
conceals how uncomfortable he is.
It's probably nothing, just our imagination.
Maybe. Darkness often has that effect on people.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem entirely convinced, though.
Look up to the bell
The
tower.
orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead.
Challenging, but a little more than half. What if I don't want to know what's up there? Yeah, we'll try to see beyond the shadows. Nice.
It's like there's something moving up there. A shadow has emerged from the tower and it's making its way toward you through all the other shadows.
On the ceiling?
Yes, the darkness makes the ceiling feel infinitely far away.
I'll follow the movements.
It's not a shadow anymore, becoming more substantial as it gets closer. The shape of an animal descends.
Officer, is there something up there?
Lieutenant, follows your gaze. Time to see whatever it is you're seeing.
Oh no, you've lost sight of it. Where did it go?
Well, I guess we'll blink. Oh!
You see something hanging from the rafters, looking straight at you with dark eyes.
Oh.
Maybe it's possible to talk to it.
Maybe. Bowl is filled with water. Live wire runs directly into it. Wire work as a contact microphone? Maybe. Blackboard is filled with complex equations. They look recent. Some to do with radio frequencies. Portable Harman Wowsy tape recorder. Possible it's recording something. Someone's siphoning electrical current from the outside into this antenna.
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
A radio computer. And it's turned on.
Seems cautious about the machine. Yeah.
These machines sometimes harbor traps, he thinks. Alarm systems and the like. Let's be careful.
Alright.
We should probably let it be. This little foray bears little connection to the case, no?
Yeah, but what is this strange thing?
A radio computer. We have one down at the station. No, I don't know how to operate it or what it's used for. Let's go.
Okay.
This is the Ream Prefect radio computer, a model number RC7024, equipped with a Feld mainframe and a Ream-compatible interim printer.
Well, I seem to be smart.
The Ream Prefect is the governmental version of the commonly used Ream Civic model. Although mostly based on the same technology, the Ream Prefect is equipped with better noise attenuation circuits.
We'll get out of here. Two decks of reel-to-reel tape spinning on empty.
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad. A dark and radiant majesty.
Fascinating that they're emphasizing lungs. I mean, it's about as holy as any other organ in the body.
This is her innocence, Dolores Day. Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel.
Nah.
Cold wind seeps in from the crack in the glass. Snowdrifts cover the floorboards at your feet. Above, you feel her multicolored eyes on you, inspecting you, as if under a microscope.
Yeah, I guess I can look up.
The woman looks down at you, standing there. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile on her lips, and a glint in her green-blue eye. Of what? Compassion? Remorse? She acknowledges the passing of someone who is still alive. You.
Well, it's not possible to live.
As that great and desperate thought passes through your mind, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder.
I'll do the same.
Your fingertips touch your chest 4 times as you stand in the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles, her distant smile, sundered by the crack in the glass.
So this is Dolores Day.
The old woman in the village was right. This must be the DeLorean Church of Humanity in Martinez, or the small Pinewood Church in some records.
Know of the place?
It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Revachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers.
On the coast of an uninhabited archipelago where only animals had roamed before, in the wild reeds.
What else do you know?
There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Setsa, they call them. The 7 Sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution or used for building materials.
I see.
We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. We have already found the instigator. I'm not sure what else we could want from here.
Yeah.
Respectful? Is the lieutenant a follower of DeLoreanism? There it is again. A small pang of guilt. It's time to ask him what happened here.
Yeah, why this place was abandoned?
I have a theory, yes. There was a police raid a while back. I heard the place was shot to pieces. The old woman in the village was being tactful with us when she didn't mention it. She has more respect for the RCM than many around here.
Who conducted this raid?
Well, your station was involved, I hear. Although I can't be sure.
How come the lieutenant isn't sure? Is this confidential information?
You're not sure?
3 precincts were involved in the raid, and people say Precinct 41 was one of them.
I guess I could have been here.
I'm sorry, I'm not saying you were. It was a clandestine operation. I don't know anything about it, why it was conducted, or who participated. I try not to pry into extra-district matters.
Well, if I was here, I should find out what I was doing.
Good luck. You will not get information on a confidential operation from your station secretary just by calling. If you really don't remember, it might be better to keep this one forgotten. It happened a while ago. It's unimportant to our business in Martinez now.
Kim, are you a follower of DeLoreanism?
Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with humanism. The laws we enforce are DeLorean in origin.
Huh.
The woman looks by in silence, smiling enigmatically.
Didn't think you were spiritual.
It's not spiritual, it's constitutional. The DeLorean system does not demand faith, only accordance.
Well, as long as the demands are reasonable, it's certainly, good. If all that she's asking for is to, treat other people humanely, that's always good. How did I know the mother of humanism?
Despite the damage you've done to yourself, the title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is Her Innocence Dolores Day, the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Perhaps the most famous human being ever to have lived.
Dolores Day, not to be confused with Doris Day, the actress.
No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge and haunts you still, and will haunt you forever, as it haunts all men.
What exactly is an innocence? Read a book, but kind of fuzzy on that.
The highest category of historic individual, an embodiment of the world spirit.
A tyrant?
In a way, an innocence is elected to office by the founding party, a precedent that has taken place a mere 6 times in the entirety of history. The legal system of the Royale Belt is built from the ground up to accommodate inauthentic rule, should it coincide.
Pardon about all that.
An innocence is infallible. The decisions made by one are not decisions. They are inevitabilities. What would have happened anyway? Only accelerated, packed into decades instead of centuries. An innocence is a continuous, compressed event, a sacred human being. It is an honor and a glory to live when one is in office.
Is one in office now?
No, we are alone.
Oh, when did she rule?
300 years ago, in the wake of the discovery of this Isola, the Insulindian, by explorers from the continent of Muindi. She is, among other things, the innocence of inter-isolary travel and the connected world.
What else do I know about her?
Many things. You know she was a woman of the court, the wife of an influential Marchese, and eventually the principal advisor to Irene La Navigateur, Queen of Suresnes, modern-day Sir La Clé. Also that she was gorgeous beyond beauty. Draped in ancient sadness. Are you sure you want to remember this bit of historic trivia? Standing under a long, slender form like this, dwarfed?
Where is this coming from?
The past. It's a silo of sadness, fermenting. You should keep away. No, you must know.
Alright, what else? Was she smart?
Terribly, women of the court were expected to play both contract bridge and chess sufficiently well to prove an interesting challenge to a man. A simple grasp in matters of philosophy, theology, and science was encouraged. She was, by all means, a kept woman.
Ugh.
She made the most of her position in the antediluvian court, a court visited by the most prominent thinkers and artists of the day. In secret, she was becoming the era's preeminent philosopher of the state. A scalpel, a piercing gaze.
Well, that's good.
She was an almost preternaturally magnetic and intelligent individual. To her contemporaries, she appeared out of time, a messenger from the future of the species. We all fell in love with her, head over heels. Even before she was declared an innocence, her influence was tremendous.
How so?
It was on her advice that Irene La Navigateur sponsored a number of voyages into the Pale. A costly, often tragic endeavor, ultimately vindicated by the discovery of the new world, the piece of reality you're standing on.
Fascinating.
She was crowned 2 years after the first expedition returned, setting in motion what is widely considered the greatest era in history. The DeLorean era.
Wow.
Wow indeed. When her innocence was declared, and the queen she had advised for years fell on her knees before her, she was so overcome with emotion that her lungs started glowing in her chest.
Thus the iconography. Before I continue, considering all the coughing, grab myself another Ricola.
Bystanders reported golden filaments lighting the already sunlit chamber around her, clearly visible beneath her dress. That is why the lungs are the symbol of love for the cultures of the Real Belt.
Fascinating. Is there something terrifying about her?
Terrifying is a term too emotionally charged for your semantic memory, or what remains of it. But terrifying. It's a simple word. She was bad for humanity, and you shouldn't have started thinking about her.
Oh, something bad about her. I want to know.
You already do. Although she's often considered to be the greatest human being to ever live, there was something ominous about Dolores Day, constantly surrounded by her terriers. She was the most socially secluded and least self-aware of all the innocences. Some modern thinkers would consider her a war criminal for the campaigns she waged against the Mesk state. And then there were the resettlement programs.
Ah, okay. Well, what happened after that?
The Mesk state tried to detach itself from Innocentic rule. Parts of the world were experiencing whiplash from accelerating into secularism. Her mandatory education programs and mass resettlement of upstream Marguerite were problematic as well. Dissenters were suppressed by a military force she called the Army of Humanity.
Yeah, mandatory re-education and resettlement is what most people would call problematic.
Suggesting those who fight against it are not part of humanity.
Ugh.
She adored chess, yes, but also military war games. Dolores Day often holds a tiny tin soldier between her index finger and thumb in icons such as this. She was also blonde, the blondest woman you have ever seen, with green eyes the color of the Pacentic, mare interregnum. Little is known of her Marchese husband. It's as if he vanished from history after completing his work, which was to introduce Dolores Day to court. In conclusion, yes, there is something lonely, paranoid, and even terrifying that people seldom mention, but feel when they think of her.
Right.
This subtle terror is part of her iconography.
Lieutenant Yefreiter, you've stood there for over 5 minutes.
Oh, sorry about
What
that.
are you thinking of, if I may ask?
War criminal! Well, considering my, character's background, why do we tolerate this bourgeoisie woman, that long before we shot her?
She introduced us to the idea of public education, retirement, and modern diplomacy.
Uh-huh.
Either way, this church, we shouldn't linger here. This isn't a good place to get lost in.
Guess we can try to reconstruct the cracked glass?
A jigsaw of broken shards falls into place in front of you. A ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger one. And a text, a light motif below them both.
Motto, what does that say?
Below both women, in luminous black letters, après la vie, mort. Après la mort, la vie de nouveau.
Something in life, death, after death, new life?
And then, along the left side, après le monde, la gré. Après le gré, le monde de nouveau.
Something of the world, the gray, something of the gray, the new world.
After life, death. After death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This is the great leitmotif of humanism, a summary of the effect of the discovery of this isola, the Insulindian, on human thinking. A tremendous sea change akin to finding life after death.
Who's the older woman?
The escutcheon on her throne says, Irene the Navigator. She is depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses, holding a golden Reichsapfel in one hand and a scepter in the other. This is the queen her innocence day advised. Above, she herself is whole. Small figures of wise men, common men, worshippers walk up the stairs to stand at her feet. Secret servicemen, Theriers, stand in a row guarding her. It must have taken years to produce this work in all its dizzying detail.
What shattered it?
Unknown. Something during the raid the lieutenant mentioned, or just hooligans looking for something to break.
Afterlife, death, after...
Death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This exaltation is common in Dolorian sacralism. In the early years, it was even incorporated as the RCM slogan. No more, however.
What is the RCM motto now?
Justice, union, prudence, and force.
Well... Ugh. Ugh. Not very feminine.
Not at all.
Guess we can finally step back.
The mother of humanism towers above you. A wax paint.
Money. New shoes. Spider has spun its web around this wood-carved pillar. Crack a pane of glass. Colorful. Came from stained glass window. Still has letters on it, too. Mask banners, silk scarf. Figure drawn in fossil windows. It's painting a deer. Frost drawn flowers on the glass, obscuring the view. Hello.
The shadow is a man. A man made of the same stuff as the carpentry of the building. He is studying you intently. The crab man.
We'll be quiet.
The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be alright. You come to the right place.
Oh.
That accent is Villalobos, a peninsula in Mesk and a district in general. There's a sizable contingent of Villalobos-speaking Mesks in Rivershaw. Hold on. Stop it right there. Pussy, what's with this?
Not scared. I just don't understand why the female sexual organs have to be associated with weakness.
You really got a case of frayed nerves, pussy. And this usage comes from pusillanimous. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Oops.
Chill out, man. Here you could receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of that despair at the bottom of that bottle.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. And maybe the ceiling climbing, too. It's all very hard to square with the lieutenant's own view of reality.
Yeah.
Hey, and what was that about the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
Yeah, I guess I have a bit of a problem. It's been getting out of hand lately, but...
Está crudo, way. I see deep inside you. Your body and your spirit are suffering greatly from overindulgence. And you don't even know it.
Oh, I am very in touch with my suffering.
Not all of it. I was like you once. You don't know all the havoc El Vino is wrecking on your mind and your spirit. Necesita parar, homie.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
Well, for some reason, I feel like you have a point there.
Don't trust me. Trust the mother. I'm only the messenger, Holmes. This is the church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
Well, thanks.
You have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Is he just trying to throw you off your game?
Oh, it's doing a good job.
'Tis not an act, my liege. Save him perchance, he hath deceived his very self. This man is a zealot.
Well, you must be the crab man.
Never known myself to be a crab. But if that's the name you got for me, I won't stop you from using it.
To be fair, it's really more like a spider.
I always thought of myself more like a flame, flickering along the rafters and beams. It may be that I gotta work on my technique.
That's not the only technique he's working on. Look at those carved sculptures. And is that a satchel of tools over there?
Did you carve all those sculptures?
Sure am. Whittling wood used to be something I just did to busy my hands.
Uh-huh.
Now I use those same hands in service of something greater than my own restlessness.
Running objectification of women through reactionary depiction of female bodies. Got some nice curves there. Yeah, seem a tad derivative.
It's all just for the mother, man. No need to overthink it.
What were you before you became a crabman and woodcarver?
I was in a gangway, but my memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone.
Lost my memory too, and I like it. It's like I get to create a whole new me. Start again from scratch.
That's not really the point, I say. You gotta give yourself over to service. Service of the mother, that is.
Do you remember your name, sir?
Tiago's my name, but those syllables don't mean much to me these days. A name isn't just your identity, but also, so to speak, your place amongst your fellows, your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore.
Well, my name's Harry.
That's just the thing, Holmes. None of that matters.
Know where the other spooker is? Pointing at the strange machines around you.
Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa. Don't know, Holmes.
Viejita is grandma?
So there is another person living in the church. Viejita?
No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. Age is just one of the many masks we wear.
And don't know where she is.
That's what I said, Holmes.
You don't know when you both live here.
Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests.
How's she look? What she does? Who is she?
I'm afraid not, Essay. You just have to wait until she comes back, or...
Or...
search through her radio computer.
Well, some ravers want to turn this place into a nightclub.
The ones in the tent outside? Right? I see them. Guessing they're the ones who call me a crab. Probably scared of me.
So what do you think about the nightclub, that is?
Why not? They wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Ain't no music on earth that can reach where I go.
Okay.
Might even be nice to have some company.
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
So what are you doing here?
This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there. A way out into nothingness. This church was built around it for purposes of veneration. I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly.
And what'll happen once you drink from the perforation?
I will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, at one with the state of the world before reality began.
Right.
That sounds a bit like substitution behavior, no? You know a thing or two about that.
Mother Silence. You mean her?
No, no, no. There's a new god in town. And she can be painted or sculpted. Because she has no limb or even a face. She is the end.
Fascinating.
She is a cavity in the dark beyond sense. She saved me. But I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes. And no one ever will.
How'd you even find this place, this church?
Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here. Back when I still had material worries. Up there, I realized what the true purpose of the church was. Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, way. It didn't belong to me.
Are these yours?
I think they were. A long time ago. I had to shed them like skins to get closer to the center of the silence. You could have them. I don't need them anymore.
Still don't understand what you're doing in the church.
I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory.
Singing is good. Bit of a singer myself.
I don't mean literal singing, Holmes. This is the mother of silence we're talking about. It's the singing of a burning heart. You may be thinking, but fire crackles. No, Holmes. That's the material that's burning. The flames themselves are without sound.
I had other
The
questions.
sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
Been here for a long time. See the police raid that took place here?
Something like that.
Did you witness it?
Not really. Or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the mother. It lets you forget about everything.
It looks like he truly doesn't remember. There's a vagueness to his sense of time.
Well, thanks.
The shaggy-haired girl kneels on the sea ice. She looks up as you approach.
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us? With the church, I mean.
I'll help you, alright.
Great. Let us know if there's any progress, will ya? We've been waiting for weeks here.
Well, just told me when you went inside the church. What do you see in there?
Oh, that. You're not going to believe me. There's no point in me telling you.
Wow.
She's less prone to blurt it out, Crabman, than the others.
We'll see. Go ahead and tell me.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe. She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother. You know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still.
Go on.
And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall. Upside down like a crab, down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent. He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. End of story.
Right.
Like a crab, you say?
I saw the crab man.
You saw him? Does it mean that you went in there? Did you see the other spooker, the one in Grandma's clothes?
Just the crab man.
That's odd. You should search her machine. Maybe it says where she went.
I'd like to know about your associates.
My associates? I haven't got much to say about them.
You must know something about them.
Of course I do. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on. I don't provide information on them.
Yeah, it's... Alright, maybe I'll ask later about all this.
Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but...
Yeah, I guess that's it for now. Yeah, we might as well check out that mainframe. Now that we have reason to access it.
A machine stands in the corner, watched over. The lieutenant doesn't say anything, but you can sense that he doesn't like you meddling with the machine.
Well, let me just investigate it.
You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free to proceed.
Well, I guess we can take a peek.
Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments,
Yeah.
smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March. This is the machine's filament memory. Press play to access its contents.
Can we print it all out?
Nothing happens.
Alright, let's press
A bar
play.
of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the ear.
Good afternoon, Fortress Accident on Saint-Brune. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat, is this the personal log?
This is a human interface. A retired person sitting behind a switchboard somewhere.
Well, it's Fortress Accident.
The company on whose name the terminal you're currently using has been registered to.
You have any other information about this company?
One moment.
Here, flip through your catalog, which reads out studious care.
Fortress Accident SCS produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games. That's what the catalog says.
Radio games.
That's not bad.
And what's that interactive call-in radio game?
Any other questions?
What's the personal log?
The filament you have inserted into the core.
I mean, the glowing thing with the tape on it says log February to March?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. Is this the personal log?
I don't know. Maybe.
If you are unsure, could you please take a look?
How would I do that?
Open the hatch on the compartment. Don't touch the wires. A current is running through it, but the core is safe. There's a filament inside. I need to know what it's called.
It just says log February to March and nothing else.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer.
Right.
Maybe he knows something.
I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login attempt. Fortress Accident, is there anything else I can do for you today?
I'm finished with the call.
Goodbye, Fortress Accident.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing fluorescent play and print buttons.
Increase pain threshold. Could be useful.
Oh, hey, wait. There's coffee in the back. Oh, wait. I meant the mother's love.
Yeah, 6 of one, half dozen the other. Hey, have you by any chance heard the vignetta say the password to a radio computer?
Too many times, essay. You need it for something.
Maybe.
Surveys are a good way to fish for personal information, especially in the name of public safety.
I mean, he seems willing to give it to us. Yes, for first-degree murder investigation of Martinez.
Don't sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death.
That makes sense.
What do you think of that? Makes me almost pity La Nilita Pequeña when I hear it.
Thanks.
I think we're done here, essay.
Figure crawls off in the darkness
That
above.
was an interesting conversation. However,
Yep.
I'm still not sure how it's relevant to our investigation.
Ooh, I got 2 skill points. Might as well drop a quick save before continuing
The
on.
machine's keyboard is still. The
Play.
speaker comes to.
Good afternoon, Fortress Accident on Saint-Brune. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
Yeah, let's try this again. Think I might have the right password for the personal log.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Afterlife death?
Good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament.
Thank you.
Fortress Accident, is there anything else I can do for you today?
I'm finished.
Goodbye, Fortress Accident.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing fluorescent play and print buttons.
Print?
The printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal.
Well, let's read
The
it.
first entry, made on the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author, is short and concise. Arrived at the church. The door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath.
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while.
Think this log might be connected to the case?
Our case? No, I don't think so. It must be some local eccentric.
True, but could know something about it. Continue on.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity.
Right.
See? Even one of the spookers themselves says it's unnerving.
And continue on.
7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking ESCA series, something advanced.
Why would you need an antenna?
Why would anyone need any of this equipment here?
Yeah.
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna, had some problems setting it up. Called Simo for help. Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers. But at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked.
Know that feeling.
I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right.
Data loss.
Seems like something to do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author is saying. Something about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. Let's just keep reading.
Artists, programmers, Lexi, who are all those people?
Her friends? Colleagues? She must be quite educated if she knew how to set up all this machinery.
Well, entry 5.
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
The
Right.
strike. We are nearing the date of the murder.
Yeah.
Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
What's she talking about?
Then it looks right towards the silence. Entry 7.
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the Swallow is real, and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence, with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
Cone of silence. Guess we're gonna need to get Maxwell smart here.
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
What could it be?
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. No ripples.
Entry 8.
March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music, one neo-disco song over and over again. Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good. I don't want anyone distracting me from my work.
All
That
right.
disco man must be a cell.
Must be describing a cell.
Girl on the ice? Sounds like her, yes.
Entry 9.
March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles. Crackers. Ping energy drinks. Water. Toothpaste. Gum. Also some canned air.
All right.
Our reading was interrupted by the sound of the church door opening. A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Hi.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
Yes, you are breaking in, but not into her radio computer. You're a master circuit bender.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
I can assure you I'm an expert circuit bender. Not bringing into your computer, I'm using it to access coalition media data links.
There are no coalition military data links. And even if there was, you couldn't access them over a civilian network.
You're right, I'm just a drunk cop. Don't know anything to do about interesting with radio computers.
No one asked you to do anything interesting with my radio computer. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
We should talk to her. After she has rebooted the machine.
Right.
What is it?
I didn't break anything, did I?
No, you just printed out my personal log and wasted some paper.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages.
Alright.
If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
Did she say over 16 years of experience? She must have started programming when she was still a teenager.
Have you seen the Crab Man?
No?
No, he's around.
Yes.
Sounds like you're not worried about him at all.
No. You're right. I'm not.
So, how do you feel about endotic dance music?
What? I hate it.
I bet she hasn't even heard it.
Yeah, same here. It doesn't connect here. Not like disco does, anyway.
Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music.
Right. How do you feel about a club for endotic dance music?
This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here.
What do they want to build then?
Take a guess, why don't you?
Petting zoo? Place for animals?
I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you? Thanks.
Good luck. I'm not coming in there.
Why are there so many machines in this place?
I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything.
What about the bowls of water?
They are connected to my RAIN prefect. Whatever you do, just please don't move them, okay? Thanks.
Alright.
Short and terse. There you have it. Whatever she's using them for, they're hers.
Why do you need an antenna?
I use the AR-1 as my RAIN prefect's processing unit.
That's your radio computer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Antenna is processing unit?
Yes. You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you?
Not really.
All right. Well, all radio computers perform operations up on air. So in order to gain more processing power, you need to invest in a good antenna.
Fascinating. What's on air?
On the front, the unified front of radio waves, licensed and controlled by Lintel in the East Insulindic region.
Huh.
It's all around us. That's what on air means.
Like life.
Right. And the AR-1? Good antenna?
I guess it is. So far I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage and the operation has been surprisingly stable. But it's not the cheapest one on the market. So I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians.
Right.
Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many milieus dedicated to that sort of thing.
She liked telling me this. It calmed her nerves.
What are you doing with your radio computer?
I'm working.
The
Right.
machine seems almost alien with its pulsing core. The light casting her face in a strange shadow.
On what?
Could you just shh for a moment? Or get to the point. I really need to focus on something.
Right.
It's not just rudeness. It really is hard to concentrate on whatever she needs to do. And you're not helping.
Isn't your prefect radio computer made exclusively for the government use?
So you do know something about computers. You're right. Prefect is used mostly by the government peeps.
And you work for the government.
No, I don't.
So what do you have then?
Because I needed something good for my investigation and Reims Civic is widely agreed to be below all standards. So I had to upgrade.
Uh-huh.
Besides, owning a Reim prefect isn't such a big deal anymore.
Oh?
No, actually, it is kind of a big deal. You don't see Ream prefects in every police department, for example.
How'd you get your hands on it?
I know a friend of a friend who used to freelance for the Coalition. I was actually aiming for the military-grade Reim Rational series, but couldn't find one.
Uh-huh.
Prefect is mainly based on the same technology as Reim Civic, so it's kind of a rip-off. But it does have better compatibility with newer antenna models, so I won't complain.
Alright, I'll try not to touch anything.
Great.
So, what are you doing in an abandoned church?
You really like those questions, don't you?
I'm police officer. It's my job to ask questions.
I'm conducting scientific research here. You can't throw me out.
What research?
I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
Huh?
Wait, what? She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said.
Yeah.
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
Hole in the world. What does that mean exactly?
Exactly. What does it mean? Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing.
Right.
What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that does not exist?
Easy.
Right.
You measure it by the world around it.
Measure it by collecting data on its surrounding, on that which exists.
Exactly. Very true. That's what I've been aiming for. That's why I have those basins. I've tried using hydro transducers to record the silence, to find out where it begins.
Huh.
But honestly, it's not progressing very well.
Is the hole connected to data loss in your journal?
Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that.
Any idea where this hole might be located?
Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume.
Only a faint crisscross of rafters can be made out from the dark. Most of the tower disappearing into the shade. Strange things may flourish in the dark.
Why there?
There's this place at the back of the church. A place where all audible vibrations seem to decease. I've named it the Swallow. And the higher you go, the less you record.
The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure it's not just an architectural quirk?
Maybe, but it's oddly close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place.
That's where the Crabman lives.
I know.
Don't think Crabman might be semi-responsible here?
No, I don't.
She sounds mildly annoyed by this line of questioning. Her hands typing hundreds of commands into the machine.
So the research isn't going well. Why not?
Because it's just trial and error, trying to locate the Swallow, the exact point in space. And I don't have a... You know what? It would be really helpful if you could just stop talking and let me work.
So I want to know about the scary 2mm hole in the world, for now.
Great. Thanks.
I'll let you work in peace now.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
About the church. I checked it out.
And? What happened?
Well, I talked to the Crabman.
Oh, man! Who is he? What did you think?
Seemed okay to be honest. Very spiritual.
Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church?
Just preaching and praying, from the looks of it.
No matter. Is he gonna be a problem? Yeah, Noid is right. Let's get back to the point. What are we gonna do about him?
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
Well, he told me he wouldn't mind the nightclub at all.
I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time?
I don't think he really gives a damn about you or anyone else.
I guess it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it.
Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light! Yeah! Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her?
Yeah, I was using the mainframe one soon, huh? The former lead programmer of Fortress Accident appeared.
A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub?
I said you guys haven't been completely honest with me about your plans.
Come on, man. Who will you trust? A spooky programmer or us? We just want to make the world a better place. Feel the love! Get down and feel it!
A half-hearted sell of something which does not seem worth buying.
Love? No, I'm not really feeling it at all.
You'll get there, believe me. When we've got our gear set up, things will be flowing and pumping. Anyway, now that it's settled, how did she seem? I mean, disposition-wise, about the dance club idea. Ja oder nein? Rocking it or dropping it?
Did not like the Antidote Dance Club idea. Not at all.
Pity. That's my favourite thing in the world. And she doesn't like it at all.
Uh-huh.
A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam? And into a laser-lit future of dance and unity? Unity! Dance!
Oh, made it very clear she won't leave until her own project is
And
finished.
you can't just evict her?
No, I won't evict her. We have to come up with a different solution.
Look at you, Honor Man.
No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can make a deal not to bother her.
Yeah.
If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music. The lines in the dark exist. Coexist.
At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's hard. He'll understand.
Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like Nordic dance music?
She absolutely does not. Really, truly despises it.
Egghead cannot believe what you just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for a moment, but then he returns to the full swing of it.
No worries. We'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think?
Well, I refuse to throw her out, but I can try convincing her.
Excellent. Good luck, my friend.
I know Noid has the signs. What's the deal with Egghead there?
He's a quiet man, mostly communicates through music, and by being a master of ceremonies.
Master of Ceremonies? An MC?
You know, a host, a declaimer of slogans. He's a performer, gets the people going.
Right.
Interesting, sire. A bit like you, then. An MC for short.
How do you communicate with him?
Well, he's just kind of here. I don't really know how to communicate with him.
Have you ever really talked with him?
Yeah, sometimes. When I stumble and find my way into his center, you have to hear a lot of hardcore to the mega first though.
Right.
The man smiles mysteriously, choosing to let the beat speak for itself. I get it. He's a puzzle.
So that's it for
Goodbye,
now.
officer.
The young man with the tape recorder acknowledges your return. When he looks at you, he squints as though you were the setting sun.
Uh-huh.
This is hardcore.
Is it?
It's hardcore!
I don't know what to say to that.
Skibber-dee, skibber-danger. I am the rearranger.
Maybe that'll help?
Back to the heavyweight jam. Hardcore. It's
Is it?
hardcore.
You're just gonna keep saying hardcore, aren't you?
Skibber-dee, skibber-danger. We're close. True, hard, full, hardcore.
Is it? I mean, really?
Yeah!
This young man adds a capital G before the H in his yegs and args. This produces a guttural, Gutvaldian accent and makes him sound more animal, more in it. Or maybe it's not Gutvaldian. Maybe it's Oranese. Probably an homage to Oranje, where Arno van Eyck is from, judging by his name. Could you be listening to an Arno van Eyck creation right now?
This famous Van Eyck I'm hearing?
You know about him?
Moves his mouth, sound doesn't seem to come out. His eyes the size of saucer. Looks like you render him speechless.
You know Van Eyck?
Yeah, your friend Estelle mentioned him.
Good, good.
The Advent? We're close. True, hard, full, car, hardcore. Yeah!
This young man adds a... Or maybe it's not Gutvaldian.
You know about him?
You know Van Eyck?
Major kid.
Wow.
The skinny wraith looks at you with some disbelief.
So am I! So am I!
Oh, is that why they call you Egghead? Because...
Egghead to the mega! The K became the G! The boy became the man!
Uh-huh.
The Advent?
Huh?
I see you're here again. Off sign, man. Did I mention getting us into the church would help?
What about now? Sign's alright now?
Nah. Still strongly out of sync. Stage gamma disalignment.
What?
You heard me.
Alright, maybe I'll come back later.
We're close. True, hard, full, hardcore! Yeah!
This young man, or maybe it's not Gutvaldian.
Yeah?
The Y to the E to the F. Yeah!
He missed one A.
Missing A there, but it's alright. Pretty lenient cop.
It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice.
Hello again.
Tell me more about the music place you've been playing in the church.
It's supposed to become like a club for anodic dance music, like that new style of synthesizer stuff they play at the Elysium. Except that, yeah,
The floorboards are twisting, and the shooting beams are slowly cracking, like bones. Far east of the Golden Delta, beyond the industrial port, there is a black patch of unlit coast with the smallest creatures on the ice. There will never be a club for anodic music here. Not in a million years.
go ahead.
I'd like to know more about your associates.
My associates? I haven't got much to say about them.
Could you just answer the question, please?
Sorry. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on. I don't provide information on them.
To the cops.
What about you? Tell me something yourself.
Me? I'm a silver bird.
Alright, maybe I'll ask later about all of
Don't
this.
know what makes you think it'll be any different.
some reason, quick travel seems to be disabled. Probably because whatever that is.
Stop. Now. It is time.
Or what?
Crisis. Death. You can feel it in your blue soul.
What am I supposed to
Be
do?
prepared. Make sure you have your pepper box in your hand. Your fingers reflexively reach for the Villiers 9mm pistol in your pockets.
Not sure I feel ready for what lies ahead.
Then you'd better get ready. Whatever happens, I've got your back.
Yay.
Holding the gun feels natural and satisfying. It's like an extension of your arm, the polished wooden handle almost fusing into your palm.
I think my hand recognizes it.
It reminds you of the day you first held it, with fear and respect, hoping you don't have to use it in vain. The sun was out in Jamrock. It was so long ago. Sheathe your sidearm, officer. A serious law official, cop by the book, should know to only unholster their service weapon when using it is unavoidable.
Right.
I'm all out of shits to give, loincloth. Welcome to the fucking reckoning.
What's going on here?
Put your damn gun down. People are gonna get hurt. We need to talk this through. All right?
Shut up! You're not gonna talk yourself out of this, loincloth shit fuck.
This is the mercenary at the gates. His chest rises and falls under the ceramic breastplate. His fingers reach for the butt of his sidearm.
Kim, what's going on here?
Shh.
This is a misunderstanding. Nothing irreversible has happened yet. You can just return to your unit and forget all about this.
The Kipt is merciful, willing to spare us if we just forget about our murdered and humiliated commander. I think we should just kill everyone, Courty.
You are all drunk. Come to your senses. You won't gun down 7 people in the middle of the street. This isn't a frontier town or a jungle outpost.
Easy, Lizzie. Let me handle it. I know guys like this. I'm sure we can come to a peaceful agreement. Ain't that right, fellas?
He is facing overwhelmingly superior firepower, and he knows it.
Yep.
Peaceful.
Sounds like the armored figure is weeping.
Nest in your abdominal cavity like a little wild mouse. The masked man's words are barely intelligible, but you can hear them.
So, 3.
Fuck, she was right. That must be the third mercenary.
Yeah.
The lieutenant is genuinely worried for his life. You should consult him before getting in
there. What do we do?
My plan is not to get killed, but we have to intervene.
Big one's mercenary at the gates.
If this turns into a firefight, we should take him out first.
A sound strategy. He's the leader.
We're out of time. This is...
The Mercenary Tribunal.
Stop. This is the police.
Get lost, comedian. You cops had your chance. Now it's fucking time for some justice.
Losing his balance for a moment, he staggers backward.
I think he's calmed down a bit.
Pig, fuck!
It's the only word you can make out. Does sound very calm. I can see you're drunk.
Ah, yeah. Welcome to the fucking party. You're probably gonna get killed too. I don't give a shit if you're cops.
No one is going to kill anyone. Let's just put the guns down and talk like civilized human beings.
Yeah.
With a wordless gurgle, the killer loads his long rifle. The leader gives a small nod to the helmeted man. Suddenly, the grip of your sidearm feels comforting and warm in your hand. Feels like it's saying, do it. No, wait. It's good you have that gun. It really is. Just soften him up first. Present an argument.
Absolutely.
Even if it comes to a fight, it's always a good idea to drag it out first. Get under his skin.
Yep.
Peace. Always peace. It has worked thus far. Start with the first idea you have, then move down from that. Please.
Well, yeah, we ain't doing that. Oh, let's talk about the hangman.
Dangerous. Ask about him first. You don't want personal facts about his dead friend coming out of your mouth. He has to start it.
Who are you, Cordy?
Sergeant Major Raoul Cortiner, reporting in to burn this fucking mud hut to the ground.
As he moves, the interlocking pieces of his armor click. Softly. Click, click, click. The realization comes to you, like a picture puzzle coming together. His name is Raoul Cortiner. The dead man's name is Elise Cortiner. He's brothers with the deceased.
Oh.
No, probably foster brothers. Elise was put into a foster home, remember?
Yeah, still close enough.
For killing, maiming, and humiliating our commanding officer, you're all sentenced to death by lead.
Cortiner, I know that name.
He sways from left to right, inspecting you.
Raoul and Elise Cortiner. Sorry about your brother, Raoul.
He wasn't my fucking brother. We just grew up on the same farm and got beat into place by the same sick fuck.
I went to the same military academy. Same unit, same war.
Same fucking mud hut town, too.
Okay, good.
Parents left him in a leaf compactor.
Who? Lately?
Yeah, when he was small, just an infant.
We researched him. We contacted the ICP and looked at his birth records. That was in there. And other things.
They fucking put Laylee in a leaf compactor, and now these cunts finished the job.
There's real anguish in his voice. A drunken sadness suddenly engulfs him. Memories.
It's a mindfuck, Corty. He wasn't put in a leaf compactor. They're making it up to fuck with us. Major, permission to.
Open fire. We can't have that. Interfere now.
Yeah, blue eyes, didn't he, brother?
Baby blue, yeah. Like someone fucked up and put a baby's eyes on a grown man.
Yeah.
It was creepy, but bitches like that shit, I guess. Or, I don't know what bitches like. I just know how to mow down cloths.
You're Lele. Everyone says good things about him. He was a talker.
Fuck do you mean, talker?
We've heard testimony. People say he was charismatic, a nice guy to be around.
Yeah, he liked to chat up the natives. Share leaflets. Squeeze a bit of kit ass here and there. Great fucking idea that turned out to be. If Laylee was here, he would spare the lot of you. Maybe shoot one for show. But me, I'm not a big fan of public affairs, Clay Monkey. I'll gun every one of you down for what you did.
Ready to open fire, Major. At your command.
Brother did not deserve to go out like that, I promise. I will find his killer.
Find his killer. Cop, his killer stands right there, shitting his pants, and you're standing in the way, protecting them. I know what this tactic is, Silo Sam. You're gonna die for them. Right here.
Big talk, but that leaf compactor won't leave his mind anytime soon. It's a small thing, but it got him off center.
Listen, they didn't do it.
Yeah? Who did
Well, I don't think it was Titus. I don't think it was Clash, because forensics didn't do that. I don't think it was Ruby. Wasn't me. Someone else. Someone who's not here right now.
How fucking convenient.
Shot from a great distance. Sniper did it.
You think I'm fucking stupid, cop? What if I just shot one of your pals here, right now? Huh? How about the kid? Tell me, it's a magic fucking sniper one more time.
Listen, please. This cop and this drumhead court marshal won't decide who...
Well, it's very high.
The Hardy Boys confessed to hanging him, all together. Titus said we took him out back and hanged him. He said it loud, in a public place.
Listen, he was shot. He wasn't hanged. Listen to me.
You're lying. DePaul heard it.
You heard wrong. She and these men have been helping us find the shooter.
Hang was only cover-up. Listen.
Fucking liars.
Pulls the trigger, a plume of smoke erupts in the muzzle of his gun.
The shot rings in your ears. A low, tinny ring. Then the Hardy Boys yell something. The young woman stands and looks behind her. The shot has flown over her head, crashing a small pane of the glass window behind her.
I missed.
Good.
I know what I heard, Corty. They said they killed him. They said it was a good way to end a Sunday night.
That doesn't sound good. You need to change the topic now, or there will be another shot. What topic? Shots have been fired. Act before it's too late. This was a close call.
You're all drunk. Look at yourselves.
Yes. So what?
Judgment's impaired. You'll regret this.
Nah. I'm clear as day. Fucking government-ordained super soldier.
Enough already! What is this? We didn't come here to fucking chat!
Interrupt me again and I will execute you on the spot, Lance Corporal.
Alright, so... made him not happy with her. That's good. He brought backup from out of town.
Oh yeah, that's rude. Rude, the killer, Owen Cloven. He doesn't talk much.
Well, he is definitely rude.
All of you cunts inside out.
The killer?
The gunner. The raddest. The killer.
Uh-huh.
What do you think he does?
Tends the stables?
What are we waiting for? Let's blow that big fucking mouth off his face!
Hold your fire! Wait for my command.
Okay, we got him arguing. That definitely helps. Alpine's rep does not approve of this.
You think I care what that company cunt thinks?
He isn't just boasting. He really doesn't care. Back out of this now, or it'll get bad.
Alright, let me just say one thing.
Fucking waste this fuck!
Alright, here we go. This is an illegal tribunal. Krenner would never sanction this. Who's the commanding officer? Take your pick.
Alright.
You only have time for one argument. Choose wisely.
Reynolds doesn't give you the right to conduct a tribunal.
Pops, you have no idea about the rights Crenell extends to us.
I don't care. Not okay to kill civilians and local law enforcement officers.
If I fuck and kill you, hang you to that streetlight by your shit pipes, then that's called a necessary display of force. No one's going to give a shit about dead loincloths. That's reality.
Okay, it's not much, but he's thinking about something else, and his hand is off the gun. This did something.
I mean, I'm definitely not gonna shoot him. I guess we'll be quiet.
What's the matter, loincloth? Mouthful of dick. Think I'm gonna fucking spare you?
Shit, this is it. Tell him anything. Tell him you have more information.
Kill me and never find out who killed your colonel. Been withholding information.
Rude. Kill him.
The porcelain man raises his rifle and takes aim at you. His hands are steady, and the long barrel of the rifle sways slowly.
This ain't good. I try to think, I think I'm gonna be dead. I try to look for Kim, I think I'm gonna be dead, so...
The shot rings and you stumble. Something violently tugs at your shoulder, pushing you backwards with incredible force.
Ow!
A volcano of burning pain erupts from your left shoulder. The pain flows over your entire body like an awful shock. A grim knowing rises from within. Half of your body must be gone.
Probably.
God, please.
So it's quite a little tough trims. He aims, face pale.
Then, 2 shots ring backwards, and you hear a scream. But you're too hurt to see who got hit.
Kim, did you hit the rifleman?
Blood gushes from the helmet's eye sockets as Rude staggers back, disoriented. The sounds coming from his helmet are not human. An unbelievable shot from the lieutenant.
Who screamed?
Glenn, dying in a puddle of blood behind you. His mangled torso has 2 gunshot wounds. Blood gushes out of them like red geysers. Oh God, watch out. You see 2 cold eyes looking at you through all the smoke and panic, and a pistol raised, aiming at your chest, point blank. Then the man squeezes the trigger.
Well, that's impossible. Look him in the eye.
A look of happiness. His eyes seem unnaturally bright, shining like stars. Something in the fear must distort him somehow. He is evil, and the end. Here it comes. Death.
Well, this isn't gonna work.
You can't. There is no time. Something inside your pelvis explodes. Your entire lower body is on fire, and your legs can't support you. You fall down like a rag doll. The pain is too immense to scream. It pushes the air out of your lungs. Everything goes dark. A distant blur as you recede into it.
Listen, through the darkness and the pain?
The Hardy Boys are yelling. Someone is running, jumping over you. In the background you hear gunfire shatter glass, and then a man in pain. A familiar sound. It's Titus with a splat like meat. You hear bullets rip into him. His voice, still giving orders, grows fainter. A gurgle. He's not gonna make it.
Touch.
Feels slick and warm with blood. The pain is too strong to know what has happened there. Even clutching to your consciousness takes everything you got.
Well, what parts of me are missing?
Most of what's down there.
Oh, God.
It's all gone. Open your eyes now. You have to see what's happening. No. It's just a fear. Even if... Who cares? No one wants you anyway.
What do I see?
Nothing. A persisting darkness. Dancing lights of pain. Distant shadows cast by them. Like a hellish play.
You're bleeding out.
Kim, I lied about not remembering who I am. Made it up. I remember everything.
Stay with me.
I'm a fucking failure and the love of my life left me.
Yes, keep talking. You hear me? Stay awake.
But you can't. It's so hard. Your eyelids grow heavy, and the sounds ever more distant. And a cold comes over you. The lieutenant, too, is somewhere far away. Almost gone. When suddenly, you sense something behind him. A shadow towering. Someone stands there, raising his pistol at him. The lieutenant does not see it. He's pushing down on your wound with both hands.
No, Kim!
No, you say, and hand out your firearm to him. Your hand trembles, and your eyes are full of fear. That's all it takes. There is no room for hesitation. The lieutenant moves like a spring unloaded. He grabs the gun from your bloody hand and fires behind him. You hear a roar of pain, a death scream. The sound disappears like someone pressed stop on the tape. The hulking figure, too, is gone. And so is Kim. And the whole world.
Well, let's fall into darkness.
This is death. One more door, baby. One more door.
Will I be a ghost now?
Brother, you already were a ghost. Up there, screaming along with all of them, scaring each other, haunting each other. It's the living who are ghosts. The dead are silent. They don't rattle windows or write letters in blood. The living do. Leave them behind. Rest.
No, I mean back into the fight.
The fight? There is no fight. The fight is over. It was lost 1,000 years ago. You have laid here forever. Keep falling deeper. Take the door. He's not taking it. His body is not taking it. Oh God, no. He's not disintegrating. He's swelling up instead. Over the hours, hurting, moaning in his sleep, and rotting, and being disinfected, and smelling of drugs, and feeling saliva in his mouth, drifting in painkillers, thrashing in his wound sleep.
He can't go. Not before the case is solved.
Yeah.
There is a radio in the distance. A radio of the world. Playing sounds. Good morning, Elysium. Soon he will return to the world.
Hours turn to days. Soon we will get up again and go through it again. Finally we know what the infernal engine was outside. The clarion call.
The engine of a Caprice Canema.
Oh.
No, it was him. He is the infernal engine. Can't you see? He never stops. He only gets worse.
You see the lieutenant's familiar shape in the orange jacket. It turns double, then triple, from the pain.
Kim?
Sunrise, Parabellum.
Room. It's clean.
Mr. Gart cleaned it. It took him an entire day.
How long have I been out?
2 days, in and out. You've been up enough to take Dramamine and curse. And drink water.
Ouch.
It's not ouch time yet. You just got the Dramamine pill an hour ago. Wait until it wears off.
Dramamine. Then it's not that bad. Neither surgical nor organ damage bad, but still under the counter bad.
Piss jacket, Kim. You took it off?
Yes. The joke wasn't funny anymore. I took it off.
The close proximity of death must have made the lieutenant contemplate his life choices. He's done with the jacket.
You said sunrise.
Sunrise Parabellum. Sunrise, prepare for war. It's an old revolutionary saying.
My gun, it's engraved on it.
Cops like it.
Is it war today?
The gates of the harbor are boarded up. The streets are a little more empty. Apocalyptic violence is yet to erupt, I am relieved to say.
Yeah.
I think we may have held it off, for now. Barely.
Good.
Yes, we have also completely failed. But that's okay.
What happened?
What happened? We tried to take the diplomatic route and hoped they wouldn't attack first. They did. The Major gave the command.
What happened then?
As retaliation, the rifleman shot you. He hit. With his carabine. I was looking for a clear line of sight. When I found it, I shot and wounded him, while Glenn took a bullet in the spine. It was meant for me. He did not survive.
This is not the first person to die in his place. He goes on.
Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo died before they made it to intensive care. Titus died in the hospital yesterday. Alain and the young musician, I forget his name, they are all that's left.
Titus is dead?
Yes. You were bleeding out. I think you said you lied about being an amnesiac, and you warned me. I was able to disarm the Major before he got the jump on me.
Yeah.
Thank you. Although
I was not able to kill him, as I should have. Crenel took him. A stray bullet killed the Pole, though. And that's what happened.
Titus is dead?
Yes.
And the Major?
He's in a private hospital across the river. Crenel claimed him from the local butcher shop where Titus died. Turns out he's insured.
Oh.
We won't get to him anymore. The good news is he's not coming here either. I did some damage.
How many casualties on the Union side total?
5. Glenn, Theo, Shanky, Angus, the fat one. He took a lot of bullets. And Titus.
Ugh. I only smoked one a day.
This is the one.
That's...
all.
Total shit show, Kim.
Yes, officer. 7 people are dead. It's not a success.
Well, 6 according to text.
But what's done is done. The violence is cordoned off. The Hornets did not get into the beehive. The worst scenario has not materialized yet. And we are still alive. Both of us.
he did not expect you both to survive once you stepped between those two armies.
How bad am I hurt?
Pretty bad, officer. You've suffered 2 wounds. The first is below your shoulder. The bullet passed through your shoulder blade, luckily missing your lung and heart.
That's good.
The second shot hit you in the thigh, the left quadriceps. No major arteries were nicked, but the bullet had to be removed. Bacterial infection was treated with mercurochrome.
Can I walk?
We will see.
Are you hurt?
Not very. I have a concussion from the major beating me with the butt of his gun. I tried to not move too much.
Yeah, understandable.
Things would be worse if you didn't warn me. Thank you. I did not see him coming. Stupid of me.
Anyone from station been here to see me?
No.
A man and a woman sit in the front seat of an armored motor carriage. The woman is driving. The man lights a cigarette. Jean Vicmer is his name. The asphalt vanishes under the wheels of the machine. Ahead, harbor cranes rise to the sky. Back to that shithole, he says.
Good. I don't need him.
I called your station after the fight. The injury was logged in. They told me they've sent officers to join you on the site.
You haven't seen any, have you?
I'm sure they're worried about you.
Not my station. Who treated?
I did.
Thank you.
No need.
Okay.
Easy now.
Lieutenant turns double again before your eyes. Orange hue of pain. Yay.
How are you?
My disco days are done.
Your disco days should have been done quite a while back, Lieutenant Freighter.
What happens now, Kim?
I honestly don't know.
Good, because I totally do.
Do you? Because we can't talk to Everhart. The harbor is in lockdown. Everyone in there is outside our grasp now. And Joyce has left too.
Joyce is gone?
Yes, she left yesterday morning. To meet the board of Wild Pines, or that is what I've heard. There's a pin somewhere in the machine that keeps Connell from sending in a death squad.
Oh.
Maybe it's her. Maybe she kept her hand. Either way, Ruby's gone. And Classio too. We really should have arrested her, you know?
Classia's gone too?
Oh, yes. She left 20 minutes prior to the tribunal showing up. I asked Mr. Gart.
Okay.
Turns out it was a bad idea not to arrest her. But maybe it was a good deed that will pay off in heaven.
Who would have figured?
Who did it then, Kim? Who killed the hangman?
I don't know. I think the theory you presented, it's someone else, outside our circle of suspects, was right. It's better be. Everyone within the circle is either dead or gone.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect.
Fucking Maybelle's Kim the Flowers.
What?
This one, you remember?
Every piece of garbage in the city is not connected to the case. You don't have to keep everything.
He's wrong.
Okay. Every piece of garbage in the city is connected to the case.
Okay.
Oh, the hole in the wall. Someone was checking her out.
I don't know. That's been there for years.
But the footprints.
Yes. God cursed the footprints. Not solving the case for us. Au diable.
It's because I'm a la puta madre peon, isn't it?
Don't be narcissistic. Half the cops in Revachol West are his peonies. Even if you are, it is not a decisive factor in this case.
That does make some sense.
Still a 28% possibility shot came from a distance.
We should go upstairs, rethink the ballistics in situ. I agree with this. What else?
What is that hidden bunker under the boardwalk? Revolutionary era.
We could find thousands more if we wanted. All of Revachol is full of them.
But they seemed so mysterious.
Can't believe they're fucking useless.
No need to be melodramatic.
Miracle hasn't happened yet. Not over yet.
He does not know what to reply. Looks out of the window, then back at you. It's morning outside, you think.
So, once more, Clashe has escaped.
Absolutely. There's no other way to go about it. We screwed up.
He's made his peace with it. He's had time to do so.
You know what I think about solving crimes?
He arches his brow. The ceiling fan patiently spins overhead.
Solving crimes is hard.
It really is very hard.
He sounds surprisingly weary. That concussion must be making him dizzy.
You're not ready to give up, are you?
No. Are you ready to limp?
I'm ready.
Good. Where do you want to limp to?
The lieutenant did mention doing more ballistics. Also, it's just close enough to endure the walk.
We should check Alicia's room upstairs.
Why not? Another look at the window, perhaps? The one he was shot through. I don't know. I can't think of anything better.
But I think we're gonna save here because we've had quite a busy time. But yeah. This has been going pretty well. Looks like we're hitting into some major parts of the game. A lot less, you know, random stuff and a lot more real stuff. But tomorrow we will be going back to Dragon Quest 4. And yeah. Ooh, this game's going pretty well. Have a good one, folks.